Hey everybody, Amina here. This is a little bit of a quickie. It's something I have been wanting to do for a minute. I'm sorry, my hands are so close. I've been wanting to do this for a minute, but I kept putting it off. So you know when you see I have out the Transparent Tarot, you know that I'm about to channel either an Ascended Master, an Archangel. Today we're gonna channel straight to the Divine. Now, I always tap into God's energy whenever I do any intuitive guidance. I can't do it without God, without Source, without that connection to Source. However, rarely do we question where we come from, what we come from. You know, no matter what name you give it, even if you give it a gender, him, her, God, goddess. Rarely do we question why? Because we've been raised by society to be afraid of Source, to be afraid of the Divine. I'm taking that fear away so that we can reconnect. And I'm going to ask a question. And this may be a really quick get into it with Amina, get into it with God, Jah, Allah, Source, Divine, the Most High, the Creator, Jehovah, whatever name you have or that you call where we come from, what we come from. I'm going to ask today a question I've been wondering for a long time. And one that I think I've gotten the answer to over time in doing intuitive guidance. But the question is, why are some prayers answered and some are not? Why? I know there's a lot of good people out there who have prayed, tried to pray away situations that they didn't want to face or they felt was just not a good one that they didn't want to or felt up to handling. And sometimes I would wonder, well, how come some prayers the Divine will say, okay, I got that, and then some of them, Source may just be like, that one I can't respond to in the way that you desire. All prayers are answered, that I do believe, but in the way that you desire. Why aren't they all accepted by the Divine in that way, where you get the result that you're looking for all the time? So we're going to have a quick little talk with Source, and this is going to be quick because the Divine is busy. Always working. And this question isn't one that's going to be majorly changing in the world, but it will cause a major shift in those who see this video. It will give you a greater connection to the Divine when you do pray, and a deeper understanding of how to pray, maybe even. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to, of course, shuffle live so you can see these answers come through in real time. Why, oh why, are some prayers answered and some not? Let's see. I'm going to lay out 5 cards. Matter of fact, the Divine just says 7. So I'm going to put out 7 cards, and that should give us a complete answer. Whoop, one flew right out. All right. So the first card, and it's really difficult to hold these up because you can't see them that well, but this is the Ace of Cups. It kind of flew out sideways, so I don't even know. I'm just going to take it this way. Are we taking reversals today, God? So we have the Ace of Cups first. Let's keep going. This is the 3 of Swords. We have 20, card number 20 reversed. I believe this is Judgment, but I'm going to double check that one. I'm going to take it in the reverse unless when I start channeling, Spirit moves me to look at it from another angle. We have the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, I'm going to do it like that. The 10 of Wands reversed. If you can see it a little better. The 2 of Cups reversed. And what is this? Number 12, reversed. I need to look and see exactly what this one is in the traditional tarot. And let's see what the message is today. All right, I'm going to take a quick look real quick to get clarity on number 12 because I'm not really familiar with this artwork. Bear with me. The Hanged One. Okay, got it. All right, so why are some prayers answered and some are not? A talk with Source. I'm so excited. Let's get into it. Let's get into it with the Divine and Amina. So what I'm seeing off jump is a lot of people come to Source when their cup feels half full. I feel that because this cup came in sideways. I want to find something white that I can put under it. Oh, I got the perfect thing. So this came in sideways. So I do feel like initially it's like when we're coming to pray, a lot of times people are coming feeling half full. They're never coming to pray in gratitude of a full cup. And usually when the cup feels like it's empty, we don't turn to God at all. We're too busy blaming God or blaming the Most High. Please excuse me for using different terms for the Creator. I think I'm just going to say Source so I don't offend anyone. Okay. So when people do come to pray, their cup is half full. They feel not great. They don't feel at their lowest. They just feel like, save me. I need some kind of assistance to keep myself above the water. With the 3 of Swords here, it's a lot about heartache and feeling betrayed and feeling hurt and being in pain. And a lot of times the pain is self-inflicted because we choose to sit in it. We choose to dwell in it. We don't surrender it up to God. And a lot of times it's meant for us to go through. So that is one of the first answers I'm getting is some of the things we pray for the Most High Source to take away, we have to go through because it's a part of our experiences in this university and for us to grow. Otherwise, we would not become who we are meant to become. This cup is making me think Holy Grail, the Holy Grail. So I do really feel a strong divine energy here. And I do feel like the divine does give us everything we need for that cup to be full. But there's things we have to experience and learn and go through in order to grow. So we have judgment. Judgment reversed. I do feel the divine is saying that there's no picking and choosing of what prayers are going to be answered and which are not. A lot of times when we come forward with prayer, we have already a prejudgment in our hearts and our minds of the outcome. Because when you come in prayer and it's asking for something, it's already a sign to the Creator that you have already decided that this is not going to go in your favor. And now you are turning to Source as your last hope, or as a savior, a saving energy or entity in the issue or situation. It's also sometimes that prayer is used to avoid making difficult choices. And that's not what it's for. This is a phoenix. Phoenix birds are very sacred in that they can burn into a big flame and turn into ashes. But from that same pile of ashes, they can rise again. So I do get the feeling that sometimes we choose prayer to avoid a rebirth, to avoid being purified through fire, going through whatever we have to go through, whatever, it may feel like persecution. It may feel like a bad judgment, cough, but you cannot use prayer to avoid life. With the Eight of Pentacles here, a lot of people, and Eight of Pentacles has to do with being very good at what you do. There are people who pray and their prayers are answered immediately. Why? Because they are very good at prayer. They've come to understand that prayer has a lot to do with surrendering a situation and being in an energy of gratitude, a vibration of inner trust and trust in the divine that all will be well. Also, with this Eight of Pentacles, I do also feel like Source does answer every prayer, but it may not be in the way that you want. Some people think they could come and pray for money and all of a sudden be rich. And when that doesn't happen, when their finances don't go in the way that they want, then they're like, oh, God didn't answer my prayers. Source didn't answer my prayers. But that's not the case. You also have work you have to do on your end. You also have to be good at what you do. No one who has become someone amazing in a craft just did it based off of prayer. They had to work. They had to build on their creativity, on their ability, on their talents, With the 10 of Wands here reversed, it is about letting go of burdens. So there is a need to surrender, but at the same time, not surrendering to the point where you are, people say, give it up to God, give all your problems up to God. Give it up. Yeah. You can surrender. That means letting go of trying to force an outcome. That means stopping taking on other people's stuff that's not yours. That means trusting in the guidance that you're receiving from the Source so deeply and intensely and faithfully that you can put your burdens down and know that they'll be taken care of. You'll be carried. But when you are coming in prayer in order to skip over certain things that you must carry, you must get through, you must learn from, then sometimes you may not get the response you're looking for. And it's not that your prayer was not answered. We have 2 of Cups here reversed. It's not that source is not in sync with you, that source is not in tune with you. It's that you're not in sync. You're not realizing that the answer you've gotten is the one that's best for your situation. It may not be what you wanted. It may not have been like the perfect solution, but in the long run, it will be, because it will be the solution that will overall fill that cup back up and give you that second chance to resurge. Okay? And with the Hanged person here in reverse, sometimes you're meant to stop for a minute and pray and go within to see things from another angle, from another perspective. You know, this is when you're just hanging out, just hanging there. This one leaf, all the other ones have fallen off. New ones are sprouting. But this one here is still hanging in there because there's something that it needs to see from another perspective. When you can see from another angle, another perspective, how the divine, how source is working through your life to answer your prayers, then you will see movement in your life again. You will see things flowing in the way that they need to for your highest good. That is what source is here for. To make sure that you experience everything in a way that benefits you for your highest good and the highest good of all those involved. So, your answer today, people, is all prayers are answered. All of them. There's no prayers that source looks at or hears and says, not that one, I'm going to pass over it. Every prayer is answered. But you have to see that the answer comes in a way that is best fit for the situation. And some things are destiny. Some things have to flow a certain way so that things in the universe can continue to flow in a certain way. So that people within a certain energy can learn from an experience. So that certain things cannot repeat in a negative way because of an experience. So that some things can continue to flow in a positive way because of a certain experience. So every prayer is answered. Every prayer is heard. However, how you perceive your answer is the key. And also how you present your prayer. Okay? I would always suggest pray in a way that shows you have faith and you trust. Pray in gratitude. I'm so thankful for everything you have done and you are doing in my life. Even the things I can't see yet manifesting. I know great things are about to manifest. Great things always manifest for me. And I am here in gratitude and thanks because everything always works out for me because I know that the divine got my back. I know I'm a child of God. I know that there's no way my creator is going to put me here and not give me all of the resources I need to complete my mission and purpose in this lifetime, whatever that may be. I trust and I'm confident that source works through me. Amen. Ashe. Amen. And that doesn't mean don't come to source with your problems. You can come and say, God, right now, things aren't looking so great for me. Right now, I could use just a little bit of help financially, but I'm willing to do the work. And I know that you will carry me through. I know that any suffering I have to go through, it's for the greater good of all. I know that it's also for the greatest good of me. It will teach me something so that I don't have to go through this again. And I give thanks for every experience that I experience. And I give thanks in advance for the love and the support that you're about to send my way to help boost my finances, my love life, my friendships, my career. Okay? I feel like I'm on a podium or something. I'm sorry, but I really, 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 really feel so filled with light right now. And I feel like this message is going to reach those that really needed to hear it. And I do feel this is something that should be passed down and taught to generations and generations, because I do feel like the generations are losing a connection to source. I really do. I had a dream last night. It was not a good one. I don't remember the whole thing, but I will tell you at the end of the dream, what I do remember was seeing teenagers and like middle school age kids, middle school, high school kids protesting, angry, from the tops of buildings, in the streets, out windows, angry, yelling, in a rage. A lot of females, woman energy, very angry. And I remember as I was walking through the community, I'm saying to the person that was with me, because I can't remember who it was, I was like, why is everybody so angry? They're all so angry. They're all so angry. I wish there was something I could do to help them, to give them some light. And when I woke up, it was like, is that what I'm supposed to be doing? So I do want you all to pass this down. Make it cool to connect to source. You know, the artists out there, they're not doing that. The ones that are mainstream, they're not doing that. They're making it cool to have to worship an icon, to worship iconic artists and performers. And to idolize to the point where that's what they're trying to mimic and be. And when they fall short, then they're angry. When the reality hits them that everything in the world is not, as they said in the movie Trolls, cupcakes and rainbows, they're angry. And they have nowhere to express this. They have no outlet. Sometimes being subjected to certain religions can also be stifling for them. These new generations coming up, they need to be spiritual. They just need to be connected to all of the light forces that be. They don't need a whole bunch of rules. They need to be able to open up to source in a pair of jeans, some sneakers, and a hoodie and be accepted. So I don't know where that came from, y'all. I'm sorry. I just felt I had to share it. On that note, this is the message from the divine. And maybe that was some other stuff that I had to add or throw in there for some of you. Take what resonated today. I love you guys. I'm sending everybody who sees this video, because you are highly favored and protected and so special and such a huge part of the shift on this planet. No matter what you're going through right now, know that the divine is watching, covering you, carrying you. Give thanks. Even if you're laid up somewhere in a hospital bed, give thanks. You're still here. Even if you're struggling financially to see where you're going to pay your next bill, give thanks that you can find a resource. Because there's some people who there is no resource for where they're going to get money unless they're panhandling in the street. And the divine just said, well, that's a resource. There's people who are not on this planet in this lifetime anymore. Yeah, they return to source, or they may go off to do work in other realms, but we're not going to get that deep at this time. But right here on the earth right now, to be here right now is serious business. You have a higher purpose, okay? You have a higher purpose, and I'm sending y'all so much love and light. If you need to talk to anybody about figuring out what that could be, let me know. Hit me up. I'm always open to messages in my Facebook Messenger, YouTube comments. My email is admin@steamholisticarts.com. And I also have a 7-month program that I'm about to start tomorrow, Unleash Your Energy, where we're going to be manifesting, co-creating with source energy. So jump in now while you can. Okay, I don't let people jump in all throughout the program because it is something that you really have to go through all of the whole entire process. Okay. With that said, I'm sending you all peace, blessings, and all that good stuff that comes from being a part of my tribe. Bye for now.